So now, an interesting thing is in this creation we have different elements. And one element is this hankar. Hankar means this ego, or rather false ego. There's indriya, there's the elements panchabhuta, earth, bhumir, apo, nalo, vayu, kamano, buddha, evacha. So there's earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. This is Ashta Prakriti, the 8 elements of material creation. Then we have Man, Buddhi, and Hankar. Right? Hankar. This is mind, intelligence, and ego. Ego means a sense of identity. So this Sankarshan, he is the controlling deity of false ego. The Sankarshan. He's controlling this. And Shiva is worshipping. Lord Shiva, as I mentioned, Sadashiva and Lord Shiva, he is worshipping this Sankarshan in the form of Anantashesh. So there's an intimate connection between Lord Shiva and the false ego. As we know Lord Shiva in this world, he always has these snakes around his arm. And there, Prabhupada says in one purport, their representations, there is Ishtadev, as some people carry shalagram shilas around their neck, or they have some small deity they may carry around their neck in a small pouch. Or sometimes these South Indian Brahmins, they have a shalagram, they put in a silver, like kavach type thing around their neck, and they carry their deity around their neck. And then they take out and they do puja and they put back in when they travel. So this Lord Shiva, he always wants to be reminded, because his Ishtadev is Anantashesh. Anantashesh is in the form, he's a transcendental body, but it appears to the eye as the form of a cobra. Anantadev is a huge cobra, and he has thousands of heads like this. So as everyone knows, it's Lord Brahma has created the material world, Lord Vishnu is maintaining it, and Lord Shiva destroys it. Because destruction is in the mode of ignorance, Lord Shiva and his worshipable deity, Sankarshan, are technically called Tamasi. This is a name. Sometimes he's called Tamasi. Lord Shiva is the incarnation of Tamagun. That's why we said he's a gun avatar. The particular gun is the mode of ignorance, or Tamagun. However, Lord Shiva and Sankarshan are always enlightened and situated in a transcendental position. They have nothing to do with the modes of material world, the modes of nature. But the activities involve them with the mode of ignorance. So sometimes they are called tamasi. This is from the Bhagavatam, 5th canto. This is one of the astonishing points that I mentioned, that Lord Shiva worships Sankarshan, who is one expansion of the Supreme. It's one expansion of the Supreme worshipping another, like you worshipping yourself. Lord Shiva worship of Sankarshan is described in the 5th canto of the Bhagavatam, chapter 17. Since Lord Shiva is an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, and Lord Shiva and the Personality of Godhead are therefore non-different, Lord Shiva does not need to worship Lord Sankarshan to become purified of material illusion. Usually one person worships another because they want to attain something. You worship a rich man because you want some wealth or some favor, or one person worships a demigod for some benefit. But God is worshipping God. Just like Radha and Krishna combined as Lord Chaitanya, and they came to this world as Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 500 years ago, and then he's worshipping Krishna. He's engaged in chanting Hare Krishna. He's teaching everyone to worship Krishna. So why is it done? So Lord Shiva is performing worship of Sankarshan or Sadashiva to educate the world about the mellows of devotional service. So bhakti, this is the nature of love, that I worship my beloved and want to serve and please my beloved, and my beloved wants to worship and serve me. So it actually originates from Bhagavan. Bhagavan is worshipping him, he makes different expansions, and they're worshipping him, but then he's worshipping them. He wants to please them, he wants to chant their name. Shiva wants to chant Shankar's name. What does Shiva chant all the time? When Shiva's Lord Shiva is doing puja, he's always chanting Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hari Hari. Because Sankarshan's other name is Ram. Sankarshan Ram because Balaram, as you read in Bhagavatam, oftentimes it says Krishna and Ram took out the cows. Krishna and Ram. That Ram refers to Balaram, his elder brother Baladev. So Sankarshan's other name is Sankarshan Ram. So Shiva is chanting this mantra. He doesn't chant Hare Krishna, but he chants Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hari Hari. So this is to teach the world about this beautiful exchange in the spiritual world. So Lord Balaram is also, Lord Brahma is also an incarnation of Godhead. He's a guna avatar, but he's actually empowered. But Shiva and Brahma are not equal. Lord Shiva is non-different from Lord Vishnu, just like milk and yogurt. But the position of the post of Lord Brahma is almost always occupied by a jiva tattva. However, no jiva can ever become Shiva tattva. So this is the point, because sometimes you want to lump all the demigods together, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu. But Vishnu and Shiva, as I mentioned, they're special. So this is discussed in Brahma Samhita. This is the teachings of Lord Brahma himself, his own realizations. And he mentions this in verse 45. He describes the ontology of Lord Shiva. This famous verse, he says, Shiram yatada dipikara vishesha yogat sanjayate nahitata pritagasti heto yash shambhu tam apitata samapaiti karyad Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Vajami. He says, Sri Govinda Dev, Govinda Madi Purusham, attains the condition of being Shambhu for the sake of performing a specific function, just as milk transforms into yogurt by contact with a particular transforming agent. Although yogurt is not a different substance, independent of milk, which is its cause. So, you can say yogurt is milk. Yogurt and milk are one, but actually yogurt's source is milk. Milk can become yogurt, milk can become cheese, milk can become so many things, but yogurt is only yogurt. Yogurt can't do anything but be yogurt. So Shiva is like that. Krishna is the milk, and he expands, or his expansion expands. Krishna expands by some transforming agent and becomes Shiva. So here it's just saying that just as milk is transformed into yogurt by contact, similarly, Govinda or Krishna accepts the form of Shambhu in order to accomplish a specific purpose. So the purpose is the destruction of the universe, right? This is his function. So Shiva is not an independent controller or a cause separate from the cause of all causes, Sri Hari. Shiva's dominion or aspect as controller is subordinate to the dominion of the Absolute Truth, Sri Hari. So this is why we say there's a oneness and a difference between Shiva and Lord Vishnu.